Okay.
My name is Selena Lee, and this is my introductory speech.
I'm Wayne.
I'm Matthew.
Ricky.
Ernie.
Debbie.
My name's Lainey.
Amanda.
McDowell. My name is Selena Lee. I am 29 years old. I have been married to my soulmate and love of my life for a little over 10 years, and we have a beautiful daughter named Lainey that's 7 years old. I am currently an elementary education major, and this is my last semester at TCC. I am also taking classes at NSU this semester, and I will be graduating from TCC in May with my associates. I am also, one of my favorite quotes in my rock is never get too busy making a living that you forget to make a life. This quote kind of tells who I am as a whole. I hope you enjoy my journey. I began working in banking in 2002 as soon as I graduated. Although I really enjoyed my job in banking, I did not see it as a lifelong career. I have always been the kind of person who loved to take care of those in need. When I was 16, I took care of an elderly man that was a family friend. I used to go buy his groceries, clean his house, and take him to regularly visits to visit his wife at the nursing home. This gave me a passion to take care of the elderly. A short year later, my dad got sick with colon cancer, and that became my new passion to take care of cancer patients. I wanted to be a nurse so I could help those in need. God has a different plan. In 2003, I married my wonderful husband and kept working at the banking job, but had the dreams of being a nurse. In 2009, I began my basics to prepare me for being a nurse I always wanted to be. But little did I know, God had another plan. I was a wife and a mother. I had a full-time job and was going to school full-time. In 2010, my banking job that I had been at for 8 years had a layoff. And because I was going to school to be a nurse and not a banker, I got laid off. I was devastated. I did not know what God's plan was for me. I remembered my quote, "Never get too busy making a living that you forget to make a life." I knew there was a plan and knew God would help me through this difficult time. I got to enjoy being a stay-at-home mother and go to school for 10 months before I finally found a job. The job I found was in oncology, in the front office. I got to work with those cancer patients that I always wanted. I learned really quickly that I got attached, and we lost a lot of patients, which took a toll on me. My husband began to beg me to find a new job closer to home and one that did not bring me to tears on a daily basis. My husband asked me to change my career to something a little less stressful with a little more family time. In my heart, I wanted both. I wanted to be a mother, a wife, and I also wanted to help those sick people in need. I began soul searching and prayed to ask God to show me what I was supposed to do and ask Him to lead me in the right path. I found a job closer to home at Rural Water 4, which I love. My job is less stressful and gives me more time with my family. Still going to school to be a nurse, but knowing in my heart couldn't take it and too far into school to quit, I started realizing what God's plan was for me. My husband came home from work one day and said, "Why don't you be a teacher? That way you'll be home in the summers, you'll have breaks off." And right then I knew what God's plan was for me. His path lit up right in front of me. As a little girl, I always played school like most young girls do and wanted to be a teacher. I went to the school counselor and asked for a degree audit. Little did I know, I was closer to be a teacher than anything in the medical field. I prayed about it, I cried about it, and I wanted to give up because I did not know what I was supposed to do. After spring break 2013, I went to TCC and changed my major to elementary education, and it felt like a burden was lifted off of me, and I was excited to see what God has in store for me in the teaching field. Meanwhile, I still have my passion, helping others.
Dad, I thought you were going to fall asleep.
I don't know how you stop this thing.
Did you hear it before?